Okay, I have a confession to make. I am a huge Sonic fan. I know, but listen, ever since I was a wee baby tertiary coot, Sonic was all I knew. I grew up watching my dad play Sonic 2 on the Sega Genesis, and to me, Mario looked slow, simple, and honestly, dare I say boring. But in this video, I'm deciding to put my lifelong bias to the test again. After the massive response to my last video, it was clear I needed to play more than just one 2D Mario game. So I decided to begin a new series where I review Mario games from a Sonic fan's perspective. And to start, we are playing New Super Mario Bros Wii. Like the beginning of every other Mario game, celebrations are ruined by Bowser's army of kids. Thankfully, I'm not here to judge his parenting, but rather his game. So with the princess kidnapped, our mustaches equipped, our journey begins. Now, it turns out I suck at this game. I mean, genuinely, it's embarrassing. But I realized why. 2D Mario's movement is way tighter than his 3D counterpart, also Sonic's for that matter. Each small input you make actually matters. Every jump, even the simple ones, presents a problem you have to solve correctly. And this is where things got interesting for me as a Sonic fan. In 2D Sonic games, changing your input mid-air gives you a surprising amount of control. You can correct yourself, adjust on the fly, and save jumps that would otherwise be doomed. While Mario, on the other hand, feels heavier and more committed to this relationship. I mean jump. Mario doesn't instantly snap into a new direction midair. If you want to turn around, you have to slow down almost completely at first. In other words, you have to lose momentum. That difference completely changed how I played. In Mario, every jump feels like a decision you have to stand by. If you hesitate or second guess yourself, you feel it immediately. Funnily enough, I think the main difference between Mario and Sonic is their different approaches to momentum, where I honestly have to say that I found 2D Mario way more difficult. I think one thing that would make 2D Mario better for me personally is the ability to side flip just like an SM64. But once I learned to stop fighting it and just started committing to my jumps, something clicked. The movement stopped feeling stiff and started feeling deliberate. And honestly, that was way more fun than I was expecting. I found myself needing to pay more active attention to what's around me or what unpredictable mechanics the world of Mario could show me. Speaking of the world, I was fully expecting New Super Mario Bros Wii world design to bore me to death. We all know the classic Mario checklist: grass world, desert world, lava world, etc. And coming from Sonic, a series that is known for wild settings, I was prepared to be proven right. But honestly, I was surprised. Sure, on the surface, a lot of Mario levels share the same textures and visual language. You'll see backgrounds repeat, and at a first glance, it feels like Mario's worlds are pretty boring to look at. But what kept things fresh wasn't how the world looked, it was how the environment incorporates itself into gameplay. Mario doesn't rely on overtly flashy environments to stay interesting. Instead, each stage throws a new, unpredictable mechanic at you, one that's built specifically around the environment. One level has sandstorms that don't just affect what you see, but it also actively messes with how you move, forcing you to rethink jumps while also giving the stage a distinct visual identity. And that's basically the formula Mario follows throughout the entire game. It never felt like I was running through the same level with a fresh coat of paint. Every stage introduces a mechanic or gimmick that you have to engage with because it affects both how Mario controls and how the world itself behaves. The environment isn't just a backdrop, it is a part of the challenge. And that's what's surprising to me. The worlds aren't designed to impress you on a visual level, they're designed to interact with you. And once I realized that, the levels stopped feeling simple and started feeling intentional. Another thing that Mario gets right is its hidden secrets throughout each stage. Admittedly, I didn't find too many secrets in my initial playthrough, but once I revisited stages for footage for this video, I actually found a lot, ranging from nifty to really clever. Now, I won't cover each world here, but I do specifically have to give an honorable mention to World 8. The entirety of World 8 feels like a final exam, which is a trope I love in video games. World 8 practically throws everything at you to test if you really have been paying attention, plus the music just slaps. Which neatly brings me to my next point, the soundtrack. Again, it was way better than I expected. Now, it's no Mario Galaxy soundtrack, don't get me wrong, but I found myself genuinely enjoying the tracks and even humming along while I played. And Mario has some real standout music, like Real Final Boss, Giant Bowser, Volcano, or World 3 Snow, and plenty more. Now, coming from Sonic, what surprised me next wasn't just how the game sounded, but rather how generous Nintendo is with the tools it gives you through its power-ups and Overworld. In New Super Mario Bros Wii, the Overworld isn't just a level select, it's a small, designated area where you can move from stage to stage with optional side content sprinkled throughout. Things like Toad Houses, which offer Gambling. Oh, there's also this cannon minigame. What makes this interesting is that these minigames actually reward you with power-ups that you can store and use in the upcoming stages. In Sonic games, we don't have an overworld like this, and honestly, it's something I wish Sega would incorporate more into future 2D Sonic titles. It gave this Mario world a bit of personality, and it makes the journey feel more connected, instead of just hopping from level to level. That said, I do have one main critique about the overworld: the forced encounters. Most of the time, they just interrupt the fun of exploring the map and deciding which stage you want to tackle next. They felt more like a speed bump to me personally. Now, before getting to the final verdict, I think it's appropriate we talk about the power-ups. I won't go over them all, but I will mention the main two on the box art: the propeller mushroom and the penguin suit. The propeller mushroom is my everything. Being able to literally soar over enemies and gracefully glide back down to a platform feels fantastic. Plus, it makes Mario look super goofy, so that's funny. But not nearly as goofy as the penguin suit, which is basically an ice flower mixed with the ability to swim really well and glide across water, which Sonic can already do one of those things, so +1 Sonic. But finally, what do I really think of New Super Mario Bros Wii compared to 2D Sonic? Honestly, I think Mario is the harder, more punishing game overall, and not in a cheap way, but in a consistent, well-polished way that almost never feels unfair. Okay, except the auto-scroller levels, those are boring. The mechanics are incredibly tight, responsive, and just plain fun. Every jump asks you to commit, and every mistake feels earned. From the world, to the music, to the gameplay, I was genuinely caught off guard. I came in expecting to tolerate this game, but instead, I now love 2D Mario, and dare I say, I'm looking forward to reviewing and playing more 2D and 3D Mario games. That said, when we're strictly talking about 2D games, at this point in time, I still prefer 2D Sonic. I love the speed, the music, and that unmatched sense of flow. But New Super Mario Bros. Wii proved something to me I never really believed before. That Mario isn't slow, he isn't boring, and he most certainly is worthy of praise. But that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. After the huge response from everyone in my last video, it really only felt right to try to do this game justice. I didn't get to cover everything that I wanted to cover here, like the bosses, the collectibles, but maybe I can revisit those at some point. And don't worry, I still plan to make plenty more Mario and Sonic videos in the future. I may work on some other things in the meantime, and honestly, I do work a full-time job and that hinders a lot of my progress, but I love making these and I hope to make a lot more soon. As always, like, subscribe, comment, let me know which Mario game to play next, and see you in the next video.